Throughout Turin's ongoing research, I've made a simplified but comprehensive overview of his current findings. This is my interpretation of the first few months of his work on unifying quantum physics and relativity. While it may at times be difficult to follow due to the subject matter's complexity, it also has some philosophical implications which are addressed in the epilogue. Over the past century, many groundbreaking discoveries have led to scientific paradigm shifts in our understanding of the world. Einstein's theory of relativity revealed how time and space are the same fabric, while Niels Bohr's research helped us understand the building blocks of matter through quantum physics, a realm that only exists as an abstract physical description. Afterwards, Louis de Broglie discovered that all matter, and not just photons or electrons, has a quantized wave-particle duality. These breakthroughs have led to new schools of thought about the nature of reality and have inspired popular metaphysical and pseudoscientific theories, such as the human mind being able to command the universe through positive thinking. However attractive, these theories have no verifiable evidence and can slow down scientific progress. Einstein's laws of special and general relativity are applied in modern-day technologies, such as GPS satellites, where the accuracy of calculations would drift more than 7 miles a day, if consequences such as time dilation would not be taken into account. Time dilation is best illustrated by how moving clocks run slower. Other implications of relativity are length contraction, meaning that objects in motion decrease in length, and the relativity of simultaneity. It is impossible to say in an absolute sense whether two events occur at the same time when they are separated in space. Nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. This means that if a bar of 10 light seconds long would be pushed forward, it would take 10 seconds before the action can take place on the other side. Without this time interval of 10 seconds, the bar does not exist in its entirety. This is not due to our limitations as observers, but due to an inherent consequence of relativity, where time and space are interconnected and cannot exist without each other.
Time, space, relativity. We're looking at this guy's observation, his perception of reality based on his left brain thinking, which is all science. Science is always going to be what's the law, what's the rule, and it's got to be the same thing, all the time. But scientifically, we can prove that your perception means you're biased. Now, the one statement in there that I really, really disagree with is nothing moves faster than the speed of light. Is that really true, or is that just what he wants it to be true? Because thought travels faster than light. Thought is the most strongest form of energy we have on the planet. Thought creates all of our experiences. As soon as you have a thought, you have a perception. It'll bounce off at you. So, didn't really take much. This is the new, what we're going to transform into, because once telepathy, if everybody knew what everybody was thinking about, wouldn't things move a lot faster? Would there be time and space? There'd still be space between us. I just happen to know instantly what you're thinking about before you think it. If, though, we are creators, we create instantly. If thoughts create everything, what is stopping our thoughts from creating the reality that we're experiencing today? Things aren't happening instantly because we don't know how to. time and space is like, actually it's better defined as good and evil, left brain, right brain, problem, solution. Problem is something that's evil. It doesn't feel too good. It feels kind of horrible, frustrating. Everything that you, negative energy, think of that as being evil. And it's just something that you don't understand. And there's a distance between when you are experiencing the problem, start being aware that there is a problem instead of just being in the problem, and then getting to the solution. Solutions are always there. They're just invisible. But it takes time to get there. And what's in between that time? Your comprehension, your ability to find understanding. You're examining, experiencing all aspects of the problem, all aspects of evil, you know, and it takes time for you to unfold that solution. But if you experience problem, you are the solution. That's your purpose here. That's your experience. You're only here to be the solution of what you experience, not to be the problem of what you experience. That's the God, the goodness, everything loving and happy that's where you're supposed to be. That's why you're born, is to enjoy life, be part of the goodness of life, not the harmful of life. But it takes a long time for us to even recognize that there is a problem. I mean, people have been starving in Africa since I'm 52. So since I was born in 58, people have been starving in Africa. How many people on the planet know that they're starving in Africa? I mean, you may be aware of it, but then you just walk around the planet saying, oh, they're just starving in Africa. And oddly enough, the solution to wealthier countries is, when you raise your kids and brainwash them into your new logic, is eat all your food, they're starving in Africa. So now everybody's fat because they've eaten all their food, got massive, massive plates, and ate all of their food because they're starving in Africa. Not realizing that maybe we should have shared some food with Africa. Maybe we should have looked at the causes. So it's like, it's the people that are in the problem, for us to be, recognize our oneness and be in that problem with them, to realize that we are all one, that we all have to solve that problem together. It takes a lot of time, clearly. If they haven't done it in 52 years that I've been on this planet, they haven't been able to do that for how many billions of years? So every problem takes some time to sort of be aware of it, but be aware of it to the point of, oh, I got to do something about this. Not just profit in it, not just be a church that raises money, or a nonprofit that says, oh, here's a good way to raise some money so I can get my $1 million paycheck yearly, to say I'm going to create world peace. That's a good one. I'm seeing more organizations that have the title, we're working on world peace. And it's like, what's the problem? What's the end result? What is the, if we're going to think and control things scientifically, where's the business plan? You should have an end result. You should have the requirements, what's it going to take, and you should have a time frame of when you're going to accomplish the job. I don't see that with any nonprofit organization. They don't really want to solve a problem. We form jobs reliant on problems. If we actually solve the problems, we'd be unemployed. So are we really motivated to solve any problem? So see what I mean? That space and time, speed of light, are all things we should sort of re-examine. It is the speed of thought. And you can get a solution a hell of a lot faster than what we're doing. But doing it the way we're doing it right now. I'm still not even seeing it within this documentary of how to access good information. Being peaceful, calm, there's an information field. You can ask for any answer you want, but you have to recognize the problem. Being angry and frustrated, which you always will be while you're dealing with a problem, and you ask the universe for information, it will confirm wrong answers all the time. Because that's what you're looking for. That's what you're feeling. It is all about your feelings. So, while you're dealing with hell, the biggest trick is to feel real loving, next to impossible to feel, but that's the trick of the game, is feel as loving as you possibly can and ask for answers. You'll get answers instantly. You can solve problems instantly, faster than the speed of light. But that takes some practice. But the mind creates our experiences. The mind needs to know more. But it can know more, so space and time, I don't really think that they are two of the same. I think it's you can still make shit happen without time. You just know they're coming. It's going to be a wild, wild future when we see our awakening. Moving on.
Quantum physics provides a mathematical description of much of the wave-particle duality and interactions of energy and matter. It departs from classical physics primarily at the atomic and subatomic scales. The mathematical formulations are abstract, and the implications are often non-intuitive. A quantum is the minimum unit of any physical entity involved in an interaction. The elementary particles are the basic building blocks of the universe. They are the particles which all other particles are made of. While in classical physics we can always split things into smaller bits, for quanta this is impossible. As a result, the quantum world presents many unique phenomena that cannot be explained through classical laws, such as quantum entanglement, the photoelectric effect, Compton scattering, and many more. There are many exotic interpretations of our quantized world. The most widely accepted among physicists include the Copenhagen interpretation and the many worlds interpretation. Current trends show substantial competition from alternative interpretations such as the holographic universe. While both quantum physics and Einstein's laws of relativity are essential to our scientific understandings of the universe, there are many unsolved scientific problems, and thus far no unifying theory. Some of the current questions are: why is there more observable matter than antimatter in the universe? What is the nature of the arrow of time? What is the origin of mass? One of the most important keys to finding the answer to these problems are de Broglie's equations, for which he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. This formula shows how all matter has a wave-particle duality, meaning that there are moments in which it behaves as a wave, and others where it behaves as a particle. The formula combines Einstein's famous E is mc squared equation with the quantized nature of energy. Experimental evidence includes the interference pattern of C60 fullerene molecules in a double-slit experiment.